Good evening, Terraria players, and welcome to part 2 of my adventures in the Polarities mod. Last episode, we took on and clapped up to Skeletron. Star Construct, Gigabat, and Storm Cloudfish were no match for the power of a frickin' burger. Now we resume with Skeletron, but first, here's a list of the main mods used in this playthrough. Why do I do this? In case anything changes I'm not aware about later on. Like how Anarchist got like 5 updates as I was uploading the series, and just now got 1.2. That's back on my mod queue. Let's go. And without further ado, let's resume this part of the adventure in the Polarities mod. We're just gonna go ahead and start right off immediately with Skeletron. Let's see how the Starduster and Chainsaw perform. Big bonehead down, and now the dungeon was open for me to explore. All I really wanted was the Cobalt Shield, as I was very eager to get onto the Wall of Flesh. Another goal was to get enough water candles to craft the battle cry from Fargo's Mutant mod to help with later farming if needed. Dungeon half explored, I did obtain what I needed. I then remembered to check out the Ghostwriter for Skeletron's book. The Skeletron book allowed you to tank a single hit, increasing defense by a large amount for one hit. It did have a 3-minute cooldown, however. Not looking like a book I'd want, as the cooldown was insanely long. Next up, I would try my hand at the next boss, the Rift Denizen. It didn't go well. I did not understand the fight whatsoever at that time. I'll do it later. Much later. I crafted the bundle of balloons, then an obsidian instabridge from the Fargo's Mutant mod. Is it Wall of Flesh time? Of course it is! Let's see how these weapons fare against the final pre-hard mode boss. And with the wall going down, hard mode has begun. I was able to get the warrior emblem first try, so that's nice. With a demon heart consumed, it was time to go for the ores. Demon altars were smashed, giving me access to all 3 of the original ores: cobalt, mithril, and adamantite. While smashing, I got a mechanical skull to drop. Cobalt spawned very close to me in the crimson, so I slurped it up and was able to make a cobalt pick very easily. When looking for mithril, I found a new enemy, a hydra. Pretty spooky. I then remembered the Wall of Flesh's book from the Ghost Rider. It gave 10% more health. Definitely a great book to always run. I bought the reading glasses from the Ghost Rider so I can have 2 book buffs, but didn't equip it yet. Then went back to mining, dying a few times on the way to get enough adamantite to make a full melee set. I was able to do so, making a full set. I then visited the young brewer from the Alchemist NPC mod and combinationed up, buying 30 of each I needed to have permanent buffs thanks to Fargus Mutant. Why do I always do this? I'm gonna have the potions anyways during boss battles. Why not just have it all the time so I don't worry? Next up, I had taken a small pause from playing for a bit and planned the next steps. A biome exists on this mod called the Salt Caves. It was located underground randomly and held some key crafting materials I needed to make a great weapon. Rather, a set of weapons. The Salt Knife, which could be upgraded into the Crystal Knives. They're a set of melee weapons that can stack and be thrown pretty far. To make the Salt Knives, you needed salt crystals, which drop from enemies in the salt biome, if I had $1 for every time I type salt. To make the Crystal Knives, you needed crystals, salt knives, and souls of light. As no mech boss was dead yet, I couldn't take the easy way out and buy them from the operator. Or could I take the easy way out? As it was still 1.3, there's an easy way to farm souls of light at night underground. It's called King Slime. Until 1.4, it and slimes it spawns can drop souls if you fight the king in their respective biome. So I did. Souls of light acquired. The crystal knife stacked all the way up to a whopping 16, and I was able to make all of them. When night came, I got a message letting me know that a mech boss was about to spawn. Time to fight against the twins. Let's see how these knives do. Twins time. Twins down. This weapon shredded the boss. I'm very impressed. When the twins went down, a message had popped up. The Rapture had begun. To the Hollow I went to see what this mod's events had to offer. The Rapture is one of 2 new events added in Polarities. Unlike other events, which focus on a lot of smaller enemies just trying to overwhelm you, this event consisted of a bunch of mini-bosses that you had to defeat. Each one was unique in nature. I'll let some footage play for a bit before interjecting again. Surprise boss! Now it's time to face the Sun Pixie, the first hard mode Polarities boss. Enjoy the fight. Boss down. A very fun fight. In its treasure bag it held a few items. Its expert mode item, the Everlight, which allowed you to shine light wherever your cursor was pointing. It also held a weapon from its loot pool and a pet dropped for me. Neat. The weapon I got was a very cool laser cutter melee weapon. It shot a beam of light that did melee damage. Nice. And now, to round out this episode, let's talk upgrades, shall we? I went from Molten Armor to Adamantite, added the bundle of balloons, warrior emblem, and charm of myths to my equipment, and added the crystal knives and laser cutter to my arsenal. Next episode, we will continue the rush to plan Terra, and even check out the fractal dimension. Stay tuned next week for that. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Blade Burger out.